All right, here we are today. We are in the lab getting ready for the podcast, in the lab podcast, episode number 3. So, with that being said, I got a special guest on today that I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. So, I don't want to take any of your spotlight because this person here truly does train, change, and inspire. So, I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hey everyone, my name is Ruthanna Young, 37 tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Happy early birthday.
Caymanian mom, lab junkie, if you call me that. I'm a real estate agent by profession and a gym junkie and mom every other time of the day.
Awesome. All right, guys, so you heard it right there from Ruthanna. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank
Great
you.
to have you on today. I can't wait to dive in some questions with you. So, but first off, I want to start off with a little bit of rapid fire. I want to break the ice for you, okay? So you ready for this?
Ready, let's do it.
All right, the first one, real easy. I want you to describe yourself in 3 words.
I'm a mom, I'm a gym junkie, and I'm a foodie.
All right, there you go. I like that. That was awesome. All right, so since you said a foodie, all right, and a gym junkie,
Yes.
what is your first meal that you eat after getting in a good workout?
Protein.
Protein. All right.
Yeah, protein, whether that's a protein bar, a protein shake, or like whole food, chicken,
Okay.
protein, always.
Which one is your favorite?
Oh, shrimp,
Shrimp.
yes,
All
or
right.
steak.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, now I got another rapid fire for you. Your
Okay.
favorite sports team or athlete?
Ooh, okay, so before 2 months ago, my favorite athlete would have been The Rock,
The Rock.
right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
Nothing to do with him being on a sports team, although he is a Miami Hurricane, which is my alma mater.
Awesome.
But 2 months ago, about that, I would say that changed. Hiba Ali, who is actually now my training inspiration. She was
Alright.
a runner,
Yeah.
I guess is a runner, and I consider her an athlete. And she is who I watch and obsess over every day as a
Awesome.
reminder of what I'm doing in the gym.
So she's your inspiration then.
She is, oh my
Alright.
God. Wonder Woman.
There we go. So we'll make sure that we get that up on the screen so you guys can see exactly who that is, who your inspiration is,
Yeah.
right? All right, now tell me, what is your favorite body part to work out?
Oh, arms, guns.
Arms. There you
guns,
go.
Guns,
There you
guns,
go.
yeah.
Did you get a clear shot of that?
Guns, baby.
Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, again, we've been in the lab a long time, and when you're in there, you get a lot of compliments on, especially the definition of your body. People, you're flexing, and people noticing your back is amazing. You're doing a great job in
Thank
there.
you.
You're doing a great job. So that brings me on to my next question now, right? Name something for me on your bucket list.
Generally speaking,
Yes, this is one of my favorite questions. Name something on your bucket list.
my bucket list. To be able to run a 10K, like a whole 10K, and this is a new addition to my bucket list.
Wicked.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
new. That's new.
All right. I like the sound of that because now you're giving me a goal to make sure that you
Yeah.
accomplish.
Yeah.
All right. So a 10K it is.
Yes.
Now you know me, I'm a pusher, so I'm gonna say instead of 10, let's go for 11K.
I should take that back. Can we
we
stop,
go.
rewind?
So it's on the list now of
Yes.
things we need to accomplish. So that's good. That's a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
Super good. So we'll make sure that happens. That
Yeah.
is a goal and it must happen.
Yes.
Again, back to me being a pusher, me believing in anything can be done. Once you put your mind to it, it can certainly be done. Right?
Agreed.
You always got to level up and go for it.
Yeah.
So that's your next goal.
Yeah,
10K.
it is.
We're gonna make that happen.
Yes.
All right. Here's a fun one for you. What's your guilty food pleasure?
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate.
Everything chocolate. Like chocolate everything.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your favorite chocolate? Do you have a favorite chocolate?
Oh my gosh. My favorite chocolate-ish food is the 30th anniversary cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. Favorite, hands
Nice,
down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Mine is super simple.
Yeah.
A crunch bar. I really love crunch. It is Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite. I love crunch.
Yeah, and clearly, considering the pandemic, I have not had my favorite chocolate in a very long
Oh,
time.
well, I mean, you've been working hard to
Correct.
earn it and deserve it. So make sure that, you know, when the borders are open now, so you
Yeah.
can make
I'll
that
travel
happen.
soon enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you do travel, you make that happen for yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So again, you create that life balance. You've earned it, definitely. So
Yeah.
make it happen for yourself.
Will do. Will do.
One of the major things I wanted to jump into, right? Because you have been putting in that major amount of work. I want to find out from you, you know, what was your workouts and your nutrition like, you know, before starting the lab?
Oh wow. So I've always been kind of in and out of gyms and personal training. However, my daughter was born in 2019. I was doing personal training up until I found out I was pregnant with her, and I honestly don't even, in my logically, I knew, and my doctor had said, you can continue to do anything that you had been doing before. But I found out I was pregnant and I just stopped.
Yeah.
And I didn't work out from like beyond like walking and things like that, just general daily activity, from about being 6 weeks pregnant until she was probably a year old. And so that's almost 2 years, right? So almost the full duration of, you know, my pregnancy and for the year afterward.
Okay.
And then I kind of started to get back into like on and off, like, you know, pandemic exercises, and because the pandemic hit. And so through the pandemic, you know, became my release, walking. And so that was the extent of what I was probably doing before the lab in terms of exercise. I tried to go back to a regular gym, maybe a couple months before I started the lab. But I also realized I needed something more and different than that. Nutrition wise, absolute garbage. There is no other way to put it. Like
she keeps it honest. That's how it should be. Honesty is the key to success.
Absolute garbage. I love carbs, and sugar was a like candy every day. To be very honest, like even if you talk about one kiss, right? Sweets.
That was your thing.
Yeah,
that was your
always thing. And potato and rice and just everything.
Yeah,
carb. I would skip the protein.
Like, carbs was your thing. Sweets was your thing.
Yeah. My diet was absolute garbage. Before I started at the lab.
And fair enough, a lot of people tend to go through that same issue and same problem, right? But look how you have now elevated yourself, leveled up, and you know, created such a great transformation for yourself. So that brings me into that next point, right? Now, we spoke about when you were pregnant, we spoke about your nutrition before being garbage. Now, let's speak about now that you're a mom, right? You've created this amazing transformation. Your nutrition has improved. I see your meals and everything. I see you put them in a group chat. And I'm like, all right, he's on it. And I remember you telling me a story the other day about, you know, your sister when you couldn't believe, or she couldn't believe what you were eating.
That's right.
And and you're eating good and everything. So tell me a bit about the busyness of being a mom, but being able to accomplish your workouts, because you're in the lab, you're training, you're crushing, you're getting it in, and you're eating great.
Yes.
Right. So tell me a bit about, you know, how you're accomplishing that as a mom, getting it done.
I think the first thing I had to stop doing was making excuses and just decide that this was something I was going to fit into my life, period. And to me, it started with that, because it is, especially as a mom, a working mom, it's easy to come up with all kind of reasons why it can't fit, why you can't do it, why the eating out is easier, you know, and all those sorts of things. And it was a transition. I didn't just show up at the lab and then, you know, everything happened at the same time. As things progressed, I made decisions that I was going to fit another workout in. I was going to find time to prep my food. And so it is about just deciding that these are things that I have to do. So sometimes Elisa goes to bed and I then get up after she's gone to bed and prep my food at that time, or I get up a little bit earlier. I know that between yesterday and today, I've chopped dozens of vegetables
Yeah.
and organize the fridge, and you have to do it in like small pockets, right? She went down for a nap. I was tired. I went down for half of her nap period for my nap, and then I
Yeah.
got up and said that was my time. You know, the other half was, all right, let me get the broccoli washed and cut up and the onions and the sweet pepper. So, but all of that is based on the fact that I've made a decision that, number one, I'm doing it for myself, but
Yeah.
two, Elisa is not going to grow up with the same issues that I've had around weight and food. Like, I am determined that if she's going to grow up seeing me in the gym every day,
Yeah.
and me and us as a household eating in a certain way.
Awesome,
Like,
awesome.
I just don't want her to know anything
Yeah.
different.
Setting a great example for her and
Yeah.
firsthand doing it with her.
Yeah.
So she's getting it right from the source.
Yeah.
She can't go wrong.
Yes.
Right? Now, everything you just said to me, if you can give other moms out there, busy moms out there, a tip on how to sum that up real easy or conclude that from, what would your tip be on how to make it happen? Just like you, busy mom, dealing with kids, you're tired, but you're still getting in what you need to do.
I would say make the decision to do it and have grace with yourself, from the standpoint of, yes, there are some days that going to certain food, like certain supermarkets that I know how they prep their food, if that's what's required of me to get through the day and make it all happen, then that's what I do. But it's about the decision. There's nothing else. There's no, once you've decided to do something, like really decided this is a priority in my life,
Yeah.
you're gonna figure out the other, like the how to, because the how to in every woman's life is going to look very different.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
All right. Now, since you got all that together and you figured out that way to make it work for your life, right? What results have you seen?
Oh my God.
This is the one I wanted to get to.
Oh
there.
my
I wanted
gosh.
to give you your praises, but I'll let you do it on your own. What results have you seen?
Okay, first and foremost, like I said, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm going to be 37. In that time, I've had a child, and this is the best shape I have been in my whole life.
Crushing
Like,
it. Crushing
ever. Okay?
Awesome. Crushing it.
Ever. I've lost a little over 20 pounds now, since I started the lab. The muscle tone in my body is, I have it, period.
Yeah.
I've dropped, I don't know the exact percentages, but I've dropped body fat, gained muscle. Like, I can run 5K now.
There we go.
To me, that's part of my results.
Yeah.
You know, and just my endurance is 10 times better, but literally the best shape I've been in of my entire life. And for
Awesome.
me, it's almost just the beginning. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And you know that
Yeah.
saying that I say all the time. Never peak because the best is yet to come. You know, you got the 5K down. You know
Yes.
what we're going for next is the 10K.
Yes.
Right? Even your push-ups. I remember you were giving me the story about the push-ups the other day. I'll let you tell that one yourself.
Oh my gosh. So amongst all of the things I do at the lab, one of the things that I have been doing over the last, I would say, 6 or 7 months maybe, is I've had Adam has been my personal trainer at the lab. And I remember when he corrected my push-ups. So it wasn't that I wasn't doing push-ups before, but like everyone else, I had the elbows turned out.
Yeah.
And he corrected my push-ups and made me turn my elbows in. The hardest thing at the time. I think in the beginning I could do maybe 4 push-ups,
Yeah.
not on my knees. And in my last training session last week, I knocked out 12 in each circuit.
There you
And that may
go.
not be a lot for some people who can knock out like 100, but for me, doing 12 proper push-ups in 3 circuits is
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
And they look good.
Yeah. Congrats to you on that. Again, as you said it right? Some people may do 100. You did 12. 12 is your number. 12 is that's part of your results, part of your goals. And that's something that you really always want to stick to. And everyone out there, you always want to put yourself on your own goals, not comparing yourself to somebody else. Not comparing yourself, okay, let me jump on Instagram and somebody's doing 5 backflips. I can't do one, so I'm not good at it. No.
Right.
That is exactly, you did it right. You took your goal, that 12 was important to you. You went from 4, you increased it, you leveled up.
Yeah.
You know, you smashed it, and that's the way to do it every time. Set goals for yourself. Don't compare to everything else that's happening on the outside world, because everyone has their own individual goals, right?
Agreed.
So you got to keep in your own avenue, your own lane, and say, okay, I hit 4, let me hit 5 next time. Let me hit 6. Now you're all the way to 12.
Correct.
Right? Awesome. And now tell me one more thing. What surprised you the most about then joining the lab and being a part of the lab family?
I've said this on an IG video already. I have gained so many things out of joining the lab. Not just personal fitness and health and a complete 180 in that area of my life. I've gained a whole new family.
Awesome.
To be very honest, I have a circle of what started as friends, people I met in the lab that were showing up every day, that, you know, when I was dying after one lap in the parking lot, you know, just became friends just through pushing you and saying, no, you can do it. And now they're family. And that to me has been one of the most invaluable additions to my life, because it's part of what is kind of pushing me, because you're around other people who are committed to their own health and fitness, their own wellness, to just pushing the limits of their life and being high performers always. And so for me, that has been my biggest surprise. You don't join a gym thinking, oh, I'm going to gain a whole new circle of friends that become family. Now Elisa has a whole set of new aunties and uncles that, you know, 6 months ago she didn't have.
Exactly.
And she asks for Uncle Nick and Auntie Jen, you know, and those sorts of things. And so to me, I can't even begin to tell you how. And I remember one of the first, in the early stages of me coming to the lab, and I remember you being in a Weekend Warrior class and saying, we're a family in fitness. And that wasn't real for me in that moment. But as my time at the lab, you know, as I spent more time there, I always reflect on you saying that in the class, because that is what I have now.
Awesome.
You know, I have a whole new family that when I might think about slipping off the wagon,
exactly,
you can't.
Yeah, what you create for yourself, in that lab, and what you create yourself is like-minded individuals that again want to be high performers, want to better themselves, right?
Yes.
And again, just like you've gained that family with them, they've gained a family with you, so you guys are able to hold each other accountable and push each other to always level up and get better and never peak, because the best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's awesome. That's one of the great things that I really love to see in the lab, and especially with all you guys. You know, we get in that Weekend Warrior, and you know, you will say, "A team," you know, and you just hear the screams, "A team, we right here."
It's the best,
you know.
man.
So the family element is there, you know, because the lab is just not just about training, but it's also about inspiring. It's also about caring about the person next to you.
Agreed.
And again, that's what was created for you. So it's such an awesome thing to see, and such an awesome thing for me to hear from you, that you know you create that family, that environment for yourself, that push, that drive, that accountability amongst your group, your A team.
Yes, when you might think about eating the chocolate cake.
That A team is there.
Yeah, I'd be like, not today.
There you go. So quick tip for you there, guys, you know, get yourself a lab family, get yourself an A team that's gonna hold you accountable when, you know, you may feel like slacking. Not all the time you're gonna feel energized, not all the time you're gonna feel, you know, I need to make sure I eat this meal. That chocolate is gonna hit you sometimes. So we wanna make sure that you have that team to also hold you accountable, push you, get in your workouts together, eat good together, level up together. You know, be high performers together. As I like to say it, if you want to be a badass, you surround yourself with badasses.
Correct.
You want to be a high performer, you surround yourself with high performers. You want to be a savage, you surround yourself with savages.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
That's how we do that part. And another one that I have for you here, right? I know you've been getting a ton of messages, ton of people reaching out. Me, myself, I get so much people, hey, Ruthanna is my inspiration. Just this morning I got a message, hey, Ruthanna is my inspiration. You know, XYZ, how do I get into the lab? Can you tell us a bit about, you know, messages that you get or inspirations that you get, or, you know, just what's happening in the outside world, because you've done such an amazing transformation for yourself. How has that been?
I do get quite a bit of messages on a weekly basis, or people approaching me in public, people who've known me and seen my transformation over the past months. A lot of them are moms and or women, whether they're mothers or not, saying, what are you doing? And even about 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
I actually got a IGDM from a friend of mine in the States, and she was like, "You need to tell me what you're eating. I see
Awesome.
you're in the gym, but I know food is the key. Like, do you have time for a chat? Mom's here." And the minute that, especially women, message me and say, "How do I do it? You're looking amazing." I always send them your number. I tell them, just message him right now and say, "I need to come in for a consult." And it doesn't matter, and I'm sorry, because it doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is.
That is true. I got a message. So I didn't mean to cut you here, but I got a message like 1 in the morning. Ruthanna sent me a number. She said to call you right now.
Yeah, because I know how it is. Like, you'll think of, like, they're inspired in that moment, and they have to get going because life takes over. So there's and women at all levels of fitness, because I've gotten messages from women and men who've been in gyms otherwise and want to level up, or they're not seeing the results that they are aspiring towards, and then say, how do I join the lab, or I see what you're doing, what are you doing, those types of questions. And I'm always happy to answer them, because this journey for me has been since about 2008, I would say, if you look at my whole journey in terms of getting to this point. And so I know the struggle, and I'm really just tired of seeing, especially people in our region, women specifically. I'm tired of us living lives with such bad health and food habits and fitness habits, because now that I know what it feels like to live this way, I want to pass that on so badly. So it doesn't matter whether it's 1 o'clock and I see in the morning and I see the message, or if I literally have had people, like, I was at the gas station one day and it was a guy, and he knows me from another workplace, and he was literally driving by and he shouts out the window, "Send me the number for the gym that you go to." And so I found his number on my phone, and I sent him the message and say, "Message Kendall and tell him you want to come in for a consult," because it has transformed my life in so many ways that I want to pass it on as quickly and as often as I can, because I feel amazing.
Very good, very good, very good. And one of the great things that, say, leaders, right? What you're doing is you're creating inspiration. You're leading other people to better their lives, right? So yeah, definitely you are. I mean, I've received so much referrals. People just reaching out, "Hey, again, as I said earlier, Ruthanna is my inspiration. How do I get into the lab?" Again, the gas station guy that drove across, and where's your gym? You are inspiring people. You're leading people in the right direction. So that is an amazing thing, and that alone is such an accomplishment and a success in a different avenue. Because when you can always grow other people, that translates so well for your own life. Because I'm a big believer in life is always about helping others.
Agreed.
So you're training, you're inspiring, you're changing, you're encouraging others to do it, and such an amazing thing. I could take my hat off to you and say congratulations on what you're doing. Congratulations in your accomplishments and what you are doing for others also.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Awesome. Anything else you want to throw in before we wrap it up?
I guess there's so much that I've taken away from my time at the lab. I mean, number one, I've told you this already. The lab is such a special place. Like, the culture that you've created there, and I know that this is to highlight me, but what you're creating at the lab is something unlike what I have ever experienced in a health, fitness, wellness facility, and I am so excited to see where the lab will go and how many lives it will change. I think some of the other things I think about is, again, how invaluable that circle that I've found at the lab has become in my life, and where that started. I think about, and I was actually having this conversation with Damon recently. We were having a conversation with someone who recently joined the gym, and like me, she was running around the parking lot and needed a little bit of encouragement. And I reminded him, I said, one of my first memories at the lab was me struggling to do one lap around the parking lot. And I got to kind of just before the gravel right in front of the door, and I was going to start walking. And I didn't know Damon from a can of paint at that stage. And I felt this nudge on my back, and he said, no, don't stop there.
Keep going.
Right?
Keep going.
And it creates mental cues, because even now, there are times when you want to stop short of the gravel. And at the end of the parking lot, I remember Patrina, who I call Catwoman. One day we were jogging, and I was slowing down, and I was fussing about the sun. And she was like, you chipped 6 miles down the road for KMAS. She's like, that's a good point. Like, I don't want to hear any noise about 2 laps around the parking lot in the sun. And so every time I might want to fuss about running in the sun, I remember Catwoman saying, you chipped 6 miles down the road.
Exactly.
And so there are all these cues that have been created for me in the lab, just by various moments of people reminding me to, you can do the extra rep, you can take the extra step, you finish, you get to the end, you push yourself. And that has been, and it's caused me to continue to push myself. And I think the last thing I'll add is, for anyone who may not have may not have been watching my whole journey, understand that it has been just that. Like, I started the lab with training camp only, right? That was 3 days a week, and it was just that. It was hard, but I always reminded myself, tomorrow will not be as hard as today was, right? And as I built more endurance, I started to come to classes, and I added PT, and it's transformed over the months that I've been there, right? Now I'm mostly doing PT because I have new goals, different goals, to be like Hiba Ali.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? The Wonder Woman, a beast, and see how far I can physically push myself and push my body. So understand that no matter what you see on Instagram, who you see when you come to the lab, understand that we didn't start where you see us in that moment.
Exactly.
I couldn't do a proper push-up. I couldn't run a lap around the parking lot. I couldn't dream of doing 3/4 of the things that my body does now. And I say it particularly to Adam all the time. Like, I do things and I'm like, I cannot believe that I am physically capable of this thing, whatever it is.
That's awesome.
So I constantly, you constantly see your body respond to the stress under which you put it.
And grow.
And it's, if you just allow yourself to show up, follow instructions, and don't die. Those are the 3 instructions I give myself.
I like that.
Yeah, I show up, follow
die.
instructions, don't die, right? Because showing up is 3/4 of the battle. You will see the results, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for you, for the lab, for my lab family, and for where all of that will take me physically, as well as, for me, it's transforming the future of my family, because and for people who don't know, at my heaviest I was 270 pounds. Okay, so that's why I say the journey started in 2008, and so Elisa won't have those problems.
Exactly. So see, it's not an overnight thing, as we said. It's 2008. Your journey started, and you put in a lot of hard work and dedication. And again, even when you're in the lab and you're going through a tough workout, a lot of times we're in a session now, I say, Ruth, how you feeling? And I can see that you're suffering. Your response back to me would be, I'm alive, or I'm not dead.
That's it.
Long as she can go, she's still going.
That's all I ask of myself.
Right?
Yeah.
You're putting in that hard work, you're putting in that dedication, and it's been paying off for you. That's great. And it's amazing that the other tips that you can give the viewers and give the moms out there, and give even males out there, you're not dead.
That's
right?
it.
Hard work, dedication, show up, get in there and get the work done, right? And just be consistent with it.
That's the key.
Keep rock and rolling.
Every day.
Exactly. And being that you create all that for yourself, what you do is you create a vision and a view for those coming behind you, your kids, your nephews, nieces. So firsthand, your daughter, so she gets to see you as a great role model and a great example of, hey, I'm going to be, physically healthy. I'm also going to eat great, make sure the inside of my body, I'm taking in good nutrients that I can perform great mentally also.
Yes.
So amazing stuff, Ruth.
Thank you.
Not a problem at all.
Thank
Ruth,
you.
it was a pleasure having you on today.
My pleasure.
And it's episode number 3 with Ruthanna. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Best of luck with the rest of your journey, and I am looking forward to continuing to see more accomplishments and that 10K that you put under the bag soon.
Yes.
Just again, never peak, because the best is yet to come. I know you have so much more to give the world.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's it.